All right, haven't had to give a lightning talk in a while, so forgive me. Hi, I'm Julia Michaels. I'm the restoration ecologist at Hedgerow Farms, which is a native seed farm that's been growing wildflowers and grasses for 35 years in winters, and this is a nice photo of it. We're also part of the Native Seed Group, which is a network of companies that throughout California grows about 400 different species of native plants and has about 1.7 million pounds of native seed in its inventory. So we're working on the seed supply. And if you want to learn more about that, come visit our booth. So at our farm, we grow a number of native bunchgrass species, and as we know, these are very long-lived species. And one of our challenges is keeping these bunchgrasses in the field for as long as possible, while also maintaining a healthy, thriving population that produces a lot of seed. And so a lot of that comes down to thatch, which naturally in ecosystems gets reduced through grazing or wildfire. And we have some tools in our toolbox for reducing thatch, including mowing, swathing, which is basically mowing but leaving the plant material in the field, and then controlled burns as well. So this, as you know, some of you are vegetation managers, is a very similar toolbox to what you all have to work with in wildland areas, which brings me to my point that native seed farms are a really unique opportunity to test land management strategies in a larger scale than some of the research size plots that we normally get to test them in. So to my knowledge, this is the first replicated study that we have ever done in a native seed production field, a working production field. So what we did was we had 6 different treatments, thatchy, which is just a control, mowed, swathed, thatch and burn, so we just went ahead and burned the thatchy fields, and then ones where we actually did the mechanical removal, the swathing and mowing, and then burned. And we went through, we did transects, we collected seed heads, we measured and counted them to look at seed production effects of those different thatch control methods. And we don't have time, obviously, to get too into the results, but not surprisingly, thatchy Stipa pulchra, which was the species that we were focusing on, had the lowest seed production. Mowing and swathing increased seed production more than burning did. So that was interesting. And then there was a really interesting interaction between the mowing and the controlled burn. We found that mowing before burning was more effective than burning alone. And that might be something as a manager you would be familiar with because, if you just sort of set a controlled burn on a very thatchy field, you're going to get a much hotter, intense fire, right? And so what we noticed was that the fields that we burned without doing any mechanical removal ahead of time burned really hot, and those plants didn't really bounce back right away from that initial burn. So we did not get as high of a seed production in the following year, and it took a while for those plants to actually start to grow back. So if you're a manager looking out at a newly restored field of native bunchgrasses or a remnant field, and you're trying to decide whether to graze or to do a controlled burn, I might consider grazing first before doing a controlled burn. And so, I just wanted to plug that this is the kind of research that we can be doing at native seed production farms. We should be more than just producing seed. We should be a research venue and a hub for native plant research and education. And Hedgerow Farms has been doing that for 35 years, and we hope to continue to do it. So if anybody wants to talk about some cool research projects we could work on together, please come stop by our booth and chat me up. Thanks.